Okay, so this is a Pennsylvania edition Christmas elf witnessed um, virtual class. I am in a small room, gonna make the best of it. I've got some weights behind me. I would call them medium heavy-ish weights. And I also have a foam roller. I usually have a full-size foam roller at home, but this is a shorter one. This is my father-in-law's. So that's what I'm going to use. I'm going to start with this today. Also, just let it be said that, there's lots of people in this place of living, and you may hear children yelling, or I don't know. I just don't know what you're going to hear. It'll be a mystery. So, there's that. So, just so you know, we're going to start down on the mat with the foam roller. Okay, and we're going to start with the foam roller underneath our backs. I don't have a mat here today. I just have this cute little, which I really don't even need, but I'll pretend like it makes a difference. And I'm going to put it underneath me. Okay, so I'm going to start on a bit of an angle here so you can kind of see what I'm doing. I'm going to bring this foam roller behind my back. We're going to work on just a little spine mobility warm up and abdominal warm up here. I have my foam roller right probably on the line of my shoulder blades. And I like to bring my hands behind my head to support the weight of the head. Elbows forward, shoulders pull down a little bit. And just for a moment, bring your head forward. Use your abdominals to curl forward, but also use the support of your hands. And along the way, sort of readjust your hands so you can gently pull your head away from your shoulders. It's a very gentle pull. It just feels like a really nice way to lengthen through the neck. And I'm going to start to move back and then curl back up again, and I'll breathe. Inhaling as I go back. And exhaling as I come forward. And I think really nice deep breaths right from the beginning is a great idea. And I'm going to do about 5 or 6 more of these. As you go back and forth, feel free to adjust where you are on the foam roller. The more you sort of scooch around so it moves a bit, it just creates a much different sensation as you bring your head towards the ground. So feel free to do that the whole time. Keep moving. I'm going to do 2 more here. And 1 more. And then I'm going to stay curled forward. Again, I'm readjusting my hands and just gently pulling my head away from my shoulders, curling forward into that deeper abdominal connection. And I'm going to bring both legs around the bed and up into tabletop. This is a much different feeling. Feel free to do 1 leg at a time if that's a better choice for you. I'm inhaling and going a few inches down, exhaling and curling forward. Inhaling, coming back. Exhaling, curling forward. I'm going to do this 4 more times. Inhale. 3 more. 2 more. And 1 more. Feet are going to come back down, and I'm going to let my head go further back towards the ground. And this is just more of a release with a deep breath. Inhale and exhale. 1 more deep breath in. Exhale, curl forward again. Legs are coming back up. Feel free to continue to pull the head away from the shoulders. Legs right back up. This time I'm going to curl forward and pause. The right leg will come further in towards my chest. The left leg will extend out on a high angle. And then as I pull in my left leg, the right leg will extend out on a high angle. 1 leg in, opposite leg out. Breathe. 3, 3, 2, 2, One, one. Both legs are coming down. Release towards the floor. Deep breath. Next exhale brings us back up again. Okay, I'm readjusting my hands, lengthening through the neck. Legs are coming back up one more time. Knees are open a little bit. Heels are together. Curl forward into that deep abdominal situation. And now I'm going to stretch both legs out on a high angle and bend, come in. Both legs out on a high angle. Last 4. And 3. And 2. One more. Woo, and I'm coming down with the feet. Oh, that's nice. All the way back towards the floor, head down. Inhale, exhale. One more deep breath like that. And I'm going to curl back up again. Okay, I'm going to scooch back a little bit so the foam roller is more mid back. And I'm going to curl forward here one more time. This time my arms are going to come straight ahead. So I really feel supported by my foam roller. If you don't, scooch back a little bit more so you can really pull into the abdominals and curl forward here. From here, just a little bit of a pulse forward. Feel free to bring your hands behind your head here. I feel supported enough in this forward flexion. Little pulse, 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to hook my thumbs together, reach straight over my knees, and then bring my hands over to the left. My right shoulder blade is coming off the foam roller just a bit. Little pulse here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and of course we have to go over to the other side, over to the right. The left shoulder blade is curling off. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to the center. Both hands behind the head. And then one more stretch backwards. Take a nice deep breath here. And the next exhale is going to curl us up again. All the way up. I'm going to scooch back a little bit, bring my hands behind my thighs, and come all the way up to sit. Okay, from here, I'm going to take my foam roller and just put it to the side for a moment. I'm going to come this way. We're going to come onto our bellies. I like to, after we do all that forward flexion, kind of wake up the spine a little bit. So flip up over onto your belly. You'll be able to mostly see and hear me. I'm going to bring my hands wide and elbows wide too, like a cactus. Shoulders down, forehead to the ground. And then I'm going to start to lift with an inhale away from the ground. And then exhale, come back down. Inhale, come up. And exhale, come down. So through this one, even though my hands aren't behind my head, pulling my head away from my shoulders, it's kind of the same feeling that I'm trying to recreate. Dottie, go downstairs. Sorry, my dog is frantically scratching at the door. Let's do 2 more here. Inhale down or exhale down. Guess what? Breathe how you want to here. Just please don't hold the breath. And then last one here. And come all the way up. That feels like a stretch to me too. I'm going to bring my hands underneath my forearms here. Come to the side so you can see a little bit better. Bring your hands forward and your forearms forward, elbows directly underneath the shoulders. You can either do palms flat on your mat or make 2 fists and kind of press them down. I think both of those feel pretty good. Lift your abdominals away from the ground. So maybe there's a little bit of space between your belly and the ground. And then release and come back down. push through the arms, lift the abdominals away from the ground, and then release and just maybe take a breath. 2 more like this. Maybe exhale as you lift. One more. Okay, now maybe somewhere in the middle of the lift and the relax is where I would like us to be, I think. Engaged through the abdominals, driving the forearms down. The karate chop side of the hands are pushing down to the mat. I'm going to bend my right leg, flex my foot, and kick towards my tush, and then re-extend. And then the left. Kick, and re-extend, and right. Kick, and re-extend, left. Kick, re-extend. 2 more sets. And down. Kick, and down, and right. Kick, and kick. And then lower the chest, widen your elbows, hands under your head. You can bring your head to one side and just take a couple deep breaths here. And exhale. And one more. And exhale. Okay, we're going to do more work like this, but for now, come on back up. We're going to come to the hands and knees, and I'm going to grab the foam roller again. And this takes a little bit of adjusting along the way, but I think we can all figure it out. I bring the foam roller like maybe 6 or 7 inches in front of my own knees. It's hard to see that from where the angle of the computer. I can almost reach out and touch the foam roller. I'm going to round forward, and along the way, I'm just going to roll on top of the foam roller. The head ends up lower than the hands, which is really nice. And then as you roll back up again, at some point your hands will leave the foam roller, and I'm going to reach all the way up to the ceiling. So we're going to do this a few more times. Emphasize really articulating through the spine as you roll forward. Arms down, head down, almost like dive forward, roll through the spine. Head is really heavy. Initiate coming back through the abdominals. Pull the abdominals in and then come all the way back up. You can even come into a little bit of an arch at the top. I think that feels nice. And then come forward again and roll forward. Scoop through the abdominals to come back up. Reach all the way up, maybe even a slight arch, a lifted arch. And we'll do one more here. And come all the way back up and lift. And then bring the arms back down. Okay, so again, I'm going to push that off to the side. Let's come to the hands and knees here. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Okay, so we just did all that good articulation. We're going to do a little bit more. Spread the fingers apart. Push the ground away. Aim your elbows for the wall behind you. Neutral spine here. No arch, no flexion. And we're going to start with the tail. The tail curls under, and then you're going to, piece by piece, find flexion through the spine all the way through. The head is the last thing up. The biggest challenge with this little exercise is don't do the whole spine at the same time. We're starting again from the tail to go through the opposite way. So coming now into extension, starting with the pelvis, sits bones, and then slowly rolling. And then the head is the last thing up. We're going to start with the tail one more time. Round through the spine, round through the low back, round through the bottom of the thoracic, the middle, the upper, and then all the way into the cervical spine. Head gets heavy, scoop your belly. And then we're coming from the tush again, start to go through your arch. Pelvis is arch. This one's harder for me, a lot harder. It all kind of goes at the same time. And then look up. Now we're starting from the head. Head down. Lift through the chest. Find your flexion through the upper, the middle, the low back, and then the pelvic pelvis is the last thing. We're starting from the head again. Start to lift the head. Slowly find your arch. Take your time here. It is difficult to not have the whole thing happen at the same time. We're doing one more each way. Head first. Head down. Lift. Push the ground away. Find your lift through your cervical, your upper thoracic, your middle thoracic, and then all the way through to a big round scoopy shape. And then last one here, head first. Head up. And then arch through the upper and the upper middle and the lower middle and all the way through. Big arch here. And then come back to neutral. Find your neutral again. We're going to curl the toes forward. I'm going to come into a little bit of a rounded spine shape here, just a little bit. Push the ground away. Exhale, knees float up. Take a nice deep breath to begin. For the whole exhale is how long our knees stay lifted. And then when it's time to inhale, challenge yourself in this exercise to have yourself lifted away from the ground for an entire long exhale. Let's try to find the longest exhale we can. We're going to do 2 more here. Last one here. All the way down. Uncurl your toes. I'm just going to take pressure off my wrists for a minute, give them a little bit of a break. Take a nice deep breath. Okay. We're going to stay on our knees here, and I'm going to come up with my knees here. Bring your hands right to your hips. See if you can press your hip bones forward into your hands. So it feels like this area is kind of as straight as you can. And also it's going to create lots of work through the backs of the legs. This is the feeling we're going for each time we are in this position. We're going to start moving the legs a little bit. From here on out, I want you to use whatever you need to keep yourself up. You probably do have your foam roller next to you. This is a good little tool. Be creative here if you need extra assistance for this next part, okay? Feel free to use whatever you need to use. I'm going to probably just keep my arms by my sides. I'm going to bring my left leg forward. When I get my left leg forward, I want that same right hip forward feeling that I just had with both legs down, like my hip is pressing into my hand. And then I'm going to switch the legs. Left leg down, right leg forward. Again, just a gentle pressing forward of this hip, this left hip. And I'm going to go back and forth a few times with the legs. You do that as well on your own time. Continue to help yourself in whatever way you need to. If you're wobbly, if this is really awkward, that's okay. That's not a big deal. I'm on a rug right now, which is really great. It's a really squishy rug, so my knees are feeling really fine. Feel free to double up your mat, triple it up, whatever you need to do. And I'm going to do this probably 2 more sets here, really pressing that opposite hip forward. I'm not leaning forward, by the way. I'm staying pretty upright, hip over knee. I'm going to do 1 more each way. Okay, I'm going to bring this right leg back down again. Sorry, I just getting my hair back out of the way. We're going to do a little bit more hands and knees work, and I'm going to incorporate this weight that I have over here. My weight looks really big, and it says 10 pounds, but there's no way this is 10 pounds. I'll tell you that right now. It feels like 8 to me. These were like, I don't know, secondhand. This is not 10 pounds. Okay, so my right hand is underneath my right shoulder. And as you can see, my left elbow is bent. I'm going to find a supported neutral spine again here, right? So I'm not like sinking down, scooping the belly in. And I'm going to grab my weight and pull it right along my side body. Small move at first. Tap down, elbow to your side. Upper arm sort of in line with your spine. Tap down and back up. We're going to do 4 more here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm putting the weight down right next to my right hand so I can put my left hand down, and I'm switching. My knees are about hip distant here. We're going to try the other side. Feel free to make any changes you need to make. So again, neutral supported with the abdominals. Pull the right arm right alongside the side body. Down. As you move through this, it's really easy to just disconnect from what the abdominals are doing. Staying really nice and still and supported is such a great core exercise here. We're doing 4 more. 4 and 3. I'm not twisting. 2 and 1. And then the weight's going to go back down in between the hands. I'm going to come to my side a little so you can kind of see what I'm doing for this next bit. We're going back, right hand down. Left hand has the weight again. This time, I'm going to extend my right leg. My toes are down. Quick hip check-in. Try not to have your right hip be super high. The hips can be as in line with the shoulders as you can get them. Energize your right foot. Same exercise. Come on up. Scoop that belly in for support. Down. Up. And up. 4 more. 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. Weight down. And of course, we're switching hands. Left hand under the shoulder. Left hand down. Left leg back. Hips are as even as can be. Right hand has the weight now. Okay. Belly button is in. Energize that back foot and the back leg. Right elbow right next to those right ribs. Down and up. Down and up. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Weight comes back down. We're switching 1 more time. This time, right hand down. Left leg grabs that, left hand, grabs that weight. I'm going to bring my left elbow right next to my ribs again. Square off the hips the best you can. I am holding this weight here, really pulling the abdominals in. And I'm just going to let that right foot leave the ground and then return. Length through the crown of the head and the back leg. And back down. 4 more here. Reach and tap back down. 3. And tap back down. 2. And tap back down. 1 more. And tap back down. Weight down. We're switching sides. I'm extending now my left leg. My left hand is down. Again, I'm going to find that right arm right next to the right ribs, pulling the abdominals in. I'm going to extend my left foot and back down. Reach through the toes, tap back down. 4, lots of belly work here. 3, breathe. 2, last one. Woo. And then back down. Put that weight down. quick little stretch here. Nice child's pose type stretch if you'd like, or something else that you think would feel good. Exhale. One more. And then come back up. We're doing one more little set here. I just want to take a quick break before we finish it up. Knees down, hands under shoulders. I'm coming back one more time. Weight into the left arm. Arm right by the side body. Again, scoop the belly muscles. Extend and bend. Extend and bend. 5 more. 5. And 4. And 3. And 2. Last one. And then, of course, we're switching. Switch over to the right. Belly button is in. Elbow right by your side. And reach out. And extend. 5 more. 5. 4. 3. 2. Last one. And come all the way down. Okay. Quick little wrist relief with a breath here. I'm going to come back onto my back for a little bit. I'm going to use the weights, not the foam roller. I'm just going to put that to the side for now and come back to the weights. I think I'm going to aim myself. Just tip this down a little bit more. Okay, that's good. So I'm going to bring my weights, by the way, on either side of me. Put your weights in a place where you think it's safe to grab them. When you get heavier in your weights and picking them up from your back, I don't want you to torque your shoulder and do something weird there. So try and use your core while you're picking up your weights, okay? I'm going to scooch forward. I think this is going to work out. Yeah, this will be fine. So we're going to do some bridging, and I'm going to have my weights really close by my sides so I can use them. Knees and feet hip distant. Before we do any of this, come back to hands on your hip bones here. And we're just going to move the pelvis around just a little bit. So we did, when we were on our hands and knees, flexion and extension. We'll do just a little bit of that now. A small little tuck of the pelvis and a small little arch. A small little tuck. P.S. You can do this little movement without, not that this is wrong, but I just want to throw this out there. When you tuck your pelvis, a lot of people like really squeeze their butt and curl up. It's not wrong, but for the purpose of just moving the low spine a little bit, like to really easy work on mobility there, see if you can relax those tushy muscles and just move your bones. Move your bones back and forth and breathe. You can do whatever you want with your butt. I'm just saying that you see if you can do both of those things. I'm doing one more each way. A little tuck, a little arch. Coming back to neutral. Hands on the hips. Now we're doing right and left. This one is a little bit weirder. Knees are still. One hip gently lifts up. I'm lifting my right hip up and I'm pushing down a little bit with my right foot. My left hip is dipping down. And then the other way. It feels like if you think about if your pelvis was like the shape of a bowl, the bowl is lifting one side, dipping on the other. And my knees, my thighs are relatively still here. Again, you don't have to over squeeze or overwork anything. Imagine that the purpose is really just to move the bones around a little bit. Of course, other things are working. And we'll just go side to side one more time. And then come back to the center. Okay, so we're not arching, we're not tucking, we're not right or left. We're kind of right in the center. So see if you can find that position. And I'm going to bring my elbows right by my sides and kind of push down with the forearm, push down with the feet, keep my spine pretty neutral, and just small lift and small lower. Again, small lift. Each time you lift, perhaps come a little bit higher. You know your body. Who knows how high is high enough? You can think about lifting your hips up into your hands in a similar way that you did when we were kneeling. We had our hands on our hips. Okay, if you can come up that high, and that feels like a nice way to, like a little bit of feedback from the body, pushing the hips into the hands, that's something you can use. Or just continue to push your arms down by your sides. We're going to do 5 more here. How about exhale to come up? And down. 4 more. 3 more. Try to push through your feet as equally as you can. 2 more. And 1 more time. And relax the pelvis, release it all, take a nice deep breath. Okay, I'm going to take one of my weights here, and I'm going to hold on to both of these giant sides, and I'm just going to rest it right on the pelvis. This is a little bit awkward, but it'll work just fine. So the weight is resting on the pelvis to add some extra weight to this movement. I'm going to keep my feet about hip distant, and the elbows will come up just a little bit, and I'll just hold the weight here as I lift my hips again. And lower back down. And lower back down. We're going to do 6 more like this. And 6. And 5. And 4. And 3. And 2. Last one. And then come all the way back down. Just take the pressure off the pelvis. Take the weight off for a moment. Inhale, exhale. I'm going to bring this weight into my right hand, and I'm going to grab my left weight as well. And I'm going to keep my elbows right by my sides. I always like to remind you to pay attention to your wrists while we're doing this stuff. Make sure you're not collapsing in your wrist, but there's energy there. Belly button is in. We're just pressing both arms straight up. Up. And then down. We're going to do 8 more here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to come back down with both hands, both arms. Weights are resting there. You put one of those weights on. I'm coming back to our last exercise. One weight right on the pelvis. Elbows are going to lift. I'm just using my hands to stabilize the weight so it doesn't roll off. Adjust your feet if you need to. We're doing another set of hip lifts here. So take a nice deep breath. And as you come up, the whole hips to the ceiling. Another way I like to explain it is as if you were slightly tucking your pelvis. You don't have to tuck your pelvis here, but it increases the way the hips kind of come up to the ceiling as you lift your hips. We're going to do 8 more here. And 7. And 6. And 5. 2 more. The last one. Come all the way down. Okay, I'm grabbing these weights again. This time, instead of elbows right by my sides, I'm going to come out wide. Elbows wide, belly button is in. Both arms go straight up. Maybe tap over your chest or over your chin, and then control the journey back down. Tap, control. 8 more. 8. And 7. And 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. I'm going to carefully bring my arms back down all the way. Okay? I'm going to put the weights off to the side. So for this next bit, I'm going to try using the weight one more time, just like we have been. We're going to do a little bit of one leg work. I'm just going to see how this feels. I may put my weight down. It just depends on how it feels when I bring my hips up. Feet more narrow, not completely together, but maybe a hair more narrow than your own hips. And the hips will come up halfway. I'm stabilizing this weight. We're going to start first finding our belly connection even more deeply. Belly button is in, and I'm going to just gently, yeah, you know what? You stay where you are if this is working for you. I'm going to bring my arms back down. We're going to lift one foot and then put it right back down. And then the other foot and put it right back down. And one foot. Okay, so you would just continue holding that weight right on the pelvis. I'm doing one more each way here. Feet down, hips down. Take a nice deep breath. We're not putting that weight down just yet. If you're still holding it, you can continue to hold it right there. Take a nice deep breath. Lift back up to that halfway place and hold there. Actually, for this, I can play the game again. The feet will remain down. We're lowering one hip. Let's start with the left. Left down, left up. Each time you come up with that hip, really drive that foot down into the mat. 8 more with the left. Down and up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and over to the right. Down and up. 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Woo. All the way down. I'm taking the weight off the pelvis. I'm transferring it back into my right hand, grabbing that left weight again. Both arms bend. We're coming back out to the arms right by your sides. We're going to do one set of each here, elbows close and arms wide. We're doing the first set, 8 here, pressing straight up. Mind your wrists again. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on down and pause. Bring your arms out wide. And then another set here with wide elbows. 8, 7, and 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Bring the arms up and pause. Weights are right over your chest or your chin. The left arm stays. Only the right arm goes down and return. And now only the left. Down and return. Only the right. Down. Only the left. Down. And again. Right. And left. And right. And left. One more each way here. Keep the breath moving. And then come on up. Bring your elbows back down by your sides and bring the weights all the way down. I'm going to leave one of my weights there. And I'm going to bring the opposite weight up towards the ceiling. This time I'm going to hold on with both hands. My weight is so huge that I can hold on like this. I'm going to do a little triceps here. Hold on to your weight however you want to. And I'm going to keep my elbows roughly over my shoulders. Weight comes towards the crown of the head and then re-extends. Down and up. 8 more here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. And up, carefully bring the arms down, and then I'm just going to put the weight to the side. Okay, from here, weights out of the way, I'm going to roll to my side. While we're here, let's just take a quick stretch because we're going to work on coming up to stand in a minute. You can keep your knees over to one side and then open your chest towards the ceiling, and we'll just take a few deep breaths here. And then I'm going to bring the knees over to the other side. Breathe. Breathe. One more deep breath. And then I'm going to roll over, come on up to sit. Okay, we're coming back to the knees one more time. We're going to do a little bit of that kneeling, one leg forward, other leg forward situation. We did this a bit last class too. I'm just going to adjust a little bit here. So I'm going to start here. Okay, if you're feeling great and strong today, and a minute ago when we were doing all this stuff, if that feels great and you feel very comfortable with that, you can feel free to grab like maybe 2 weights and hold them by your sides. I don't have anything lighter than this, so I'm not going to do that, but I would probably grab like 2 5s if you're feeling really, like I said, really comfortable with what we did just a moment ago. But I'm going to leave the weights out because these are a bit heavy for this. And we're coming back to hips pressing forward. So you have lots of work through the backs of the legs. This is such a great little exercise, even right here. And we're going to bring one leg forward. I'm going to start with my left, like this. I'm going to curl my back toes forward. I'm taking a nice deep breath. If you're holding your weights, they're just right by your sides. And you're coming up to stand. Awesome. And then you're gently coming back down. And then, of course, we've got to do the other side. If one side feels different from the other, and for some reason you're like, I should put my weights down, it's okay to do something different on the other side. Okay, you're pressing this opposite hip forward. Take a nice deep breath. Saved it. Take a nice deep breath here. Stand tall. And then we're coming down. Uncurling those back toes. I'm switching again. Right leg back, left leg forward. Pressing the right hip forward a little bit. Curling the back toes. Nice lifted chest. Exhale to come up. Stand tall. Take a nice deep breath. We're coming back down. Uncurling the right. Bringing the left back. Bringing the right forward. We'll try it again. Curl those back toes forward. Take a nice deep breath. Exhale to come up. Nice deep breath here. Control back down. Uncurl the back toes. Bring the right leg back. We're doing each side one more time. Curl forward. Nice lifted chest. Exhale to come up. Stand tall. And then control back down. Switch one more time. Curl the back toes. Exhale to come up again. Coming all the way back down. Almost lost that one. And then I'm bringing the arms back down. Okay, just hold here for a second when you get down here. If you're holding on to weights, shoulder roll here. Shoulder roll. Feel free to put your weights down if you want to as well. One more this way. Go the other way. Around. And 2. And 3. Hold here. Move your head a little side to side. And again. One more each way. Come back to the center. I'm going to come up to stand. You can just pick either of your legs to come up the way you just did. I'm personally going to bring my right leg forward because this one is my harder side. This one's a little bit weaker. Take a nice deep breath to come up. Stand tall for one breath. And then we can step forward. Okay. I'm going to adjust my computer one more time. Great. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to grab my weights one more time. I think this weight is going to be okay for this next bit. Okay, so coming up to stand. I'd say feet under, right under hips, toes forward, standing nice and tall here. Belly button is in. Feel free to come to Pilates V if you feel more comfortable in that position. I'm standing parallel. Reach the arms long by your sides. Engage through your center. Push back and return, and then one easy bicep curl forward. Up and down. Three more sets. One more each way. And then just keep the arms right by your sides. Maybe a quick little head circle here. And then come around and back to the center, okay? Adjust your weights if any of this is not right for you. I'm keeping my left arm down and I'm bringing my right arm right up by my side. I'm just gonna extend the arms straight up. Up. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. Bring this weight down. Come on side 2. Standing tall, energy through the shoulder girdle and the hips. Press it up. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. Last one. And down. And down. Okay, we're gonna do one more set of each. I'm gonna stop at 2 sets just because I don't have enough time. If you want to do 3 whole sets, feel free to do one more. Standing nice and tall. Cross back with the arms and then bicep curl up. Take your time here. Last 3. 2. Last one here. And then we're doing one more set each. One arm at a time. I'm starting with my right. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. And come all the way down. Other side. Up. 2. 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, all the way down. Okay, hold here for a second. I'm going to do a little neck roll, one each way, because it feels nice. And then back to the center. Okay, I'm putting my weights down. I have a wall right behind me that I'm going to use, and I'm going to do a set of wall push-ups. You will see me turn around. You can use the wall, you can use a chair, you can use a counter, you can come to the floor. So many options with push-ups. This is what I have available to me, and I just would rather do it against the wall than the floor, okay? So you can face your wall and bring your hands slightly lower than your shoulders, about shoulder width apart. Spread the fingers apart, and just a quick note here, standing in this position and doing work that we're doing, this is a really, really great exercise for wrist mobility and strength, okay? So see if you can focus on getting your palms flat the best you can. I like to walk my feet back, so I'm now standing at an angle, and then push the floor away and lift the heels. When I bend my elbows wide, my shoulders are almost in line with my hands. Take a nice deep breath here. We're gonna do 8 more here. 8, 7, and 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. And then lower your heels. Keep your right hand against the wall. It's right next to me. Aim your fingertips backwards. And then bring the opposite arm out to the side. And then twist away from the wall. And return. Twist away. And then one more time. Such a great stretch. Bring the arms down. I'm going to do another set of wall push-ups, and we'll do the left arm. Okay, so try to align yourself again like you did just before. Fingers spread apart. When you lift your heels, energize through the whole spine. And we'll do 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. And lower the heels, come over to the left. Ooh, this one's tighter, my goodness. Creepy. Fingertips back, opposite arm out, and then twist away from the wall. Breathe. Stand tall. One more deep breath here. And then come back in. And just bring your arms down by your sides. Actually, we'll bring the arms all the way up. You can hook your thumbs, reach up, a little side to side here before we do our roll down, final roll down. Come back to the center. I'm going to separate my feet a little, bring my arms straight ahead. I'm going to slowly roll through the spine. Couple of deep breaths. Head is heavy. Push your feet down into the ground. Let your head release the best you can and slowly roll up. Bring your hands to your waist, relax your shoulders. You can close your eyes if you feel safe, and breathe into your hands instead of your shoulders. Two more. One more. All right, we did it. I felt good. Marry everything.